Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As always, thanks for taking time out of your day to check the video out today. I really do appreciate it. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and discuss, so before we get into these topics, make sure you hit that like button to help the video out and show it your support. And if you are new here to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. The first topic we're discussing has to do with a newly released indie game on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 called Pray for the Gods. This is a Shadow of the Colossus inspired action adventure game, and they released their, I guess, launch trailer for this title on the official PlayStation YouTube channel yesterday, and it caught my attention. It seems like it caught the attention of a lot of PlayStation fans, and I thought that this was something you guys would be interested in. So I wanted to take a moment here to show it to you and read a little bit from PlayStation Lifestyle. It says, Pray for the Gods is an indie adventure title where players fight against colossal enemies. The player starts out investigating the edge of the known world in order to find out more about a never-ending winter and eventually uncover the mysteries of an ancient civilization. Much like its spiritual predecessor, Pray for the Gods will let players scale massive beasts and defeat them through attacking their weak points. Additionally, the game also features crafting mechanics as well as swimming and gliding. No Matter Studios began official production on Pray for the Gods in 2016 after a successful Kickstarter campaign raised over $500,000. Unfortunately, Bethesda's parent company ZeniMax filed a trademark opposition in 2017, leading No Matter Studios to rename the game. Bethesda's Pete Hines later defended the decision, stating that Bethesda had reached out to the studio back in 2015 to warn about a possible trademark infringement. So I actually didn't know about that. Pretty interesting, but there you go. This is a Shadow of the Colossus inspired game, and as I said, I just wanted to take a moment to let you guys know about it because I know that a lot of you listening to this are big fans of Shadow of the Colossus, and we really don't get many games that are, you know, in that same vein. So be sure to check this game out. The next topic in line discusses Horizon Forbidden West, specifically the PlayStation 4 version of this game. Guerrilla Games has released some new screenshots giving us an idea of what it's going to look like on the PS4, and we also have some information regarding the PlayStation 4 version of this game. So this is reading from PlayStation Universe, and it says Horizon Forbidden West lead character artist said in a post on the PlayStation blog a few months back that Guerrilla Games was aiming to achieve an impressive showcase for Horizon Forbidden West on both PS4 and PS5, and they said we actually developed and tested the game simultaneously on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 because it's very important to us as a studio to ensure PlayStation 4 players get an equally immersive experience. With our knowledge from Horizon Zero Dawn, we knew that we still had some unexplored resources that could push the realism and quality of our character assets forward. It's great to now be able to tap into that knowledge and experience for the sequel. So I thought that this was worth taking a few minutes to cover because even though most PlayStation 5 owners are not thrilled about the fact that a game like Horizon Forbidden West is going to be cross-gen, I think that PlayStation 4 owners who end up experiencing this game on the PS4, Sony's making sure that you're not going to be getting a lesser experience in a very significant way. I mean, we know that there are going to be some differences between the PS5 version of Horizon and the PS4 version, but these differences are likely to be minimal. That's just the reality of it. We all talked about how it would have been awesome to see, you know, Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok be PlayStation 5 only titles, but the reality of the situation is that these games started development on PS4. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they couldn't have been moved over to PS5 and made to be PS5 exclusives, but when it comes to really kind of, I guess you could say, innovating in a massive way, that's probably not going to happen for a couple of years on the PS5 with most of Sony's development teams. This isn't anything new. We kind of see this happen every time, but nonetheless, you know, I thought that this was pretty impressive, you know, seeing how good Horizon Forbidden West looks on the PS4. Let's not forget, one of the things we did talk about pretty frequently during the last couple years of the PS4 before the PS5 came out is just how much Sony studios are able to squeeze out of the console. And I think that seeing games like Horizon Forbidden West and how they look on the PS4 Pro I think, you know, we're still seeing that kind of in effect here. And so it really does kind of get my mind racing and trying to imagine what a PS5 only Guerrilla Games title is going to look like, what they could be able to achieve in terms of gameplay innovation. It's going to be really exciting, but I think I speak for most PlayStation fans when I say that even though the game's cross-gen, and it does kind of make you wonder what could have been if it wasn't cross-gen, I don't think it's going to make it any less of a game. I think Horizon's going to be incredible across the board. At least that's how I feel about it. You can let me know how you feel about it down in the comments below. But we are moving on to the next topic, which focuses on the upcoming Uncharted movie, which is releasing on February 18th, 2022. We have the official movie poster revealed, and I'm going to put it up on screen for you guys. Not only did I want to take a moment here to just show it to you in case you missed it, but I want to give my thoughts on it as well. And honestly, I don't really like how this is making me feel, because I'm looking at this and I see Mark Wahlberg looking very much like he should be Nathan Drake in this photo. I don't see Sully at all. I know some people are like, maybe they're going for a younger Sully look, but even then, I'm just not seeing it. He literally looks like he should be Nathan Drake in this movie poster. And then I see Tom Holland, who is playing Nathan Drake, and while the outfit is obviously very much Nathan Drake, Tom Holland, in my opinion, looks nothing like Nathan Drake, and I really don't even know that he's going to be able to convince me with his acting that this is who should be playing Nathan Drake. I hope I'm wrong about that. I think that, you know, there are a lot of people who are still holding out hope for this movie and, you know, think it has potential to be good, and I do want to make it known that I'm not trying to hate on the movie per se, giving my honest feedback on what I'm seeing. I did like the trailer. It did look pretty good, and I think that overall it could end up being a good movie. I'm just really not a fan of the casting choices and decisions that were made here. I just am not seeing it at all. But with that being said, I'm willing to give the movie a chance, and I'm hoping that, you know, at the very least it ends up being just a good time and not necessarily something we take too seriously. But after seeing this movie poster, you know, I thought, you know, this is just weird looking to me, but nonetheless, I'm going to watch the movie. So you guys can let me know your thoughts on this Uncharted movie poster. But the next topic we have in line is certainly a significant one, and I think a lot of people are going to be happy to hear about this. Today, Ubisoft announced that they are officially working on a Splinter Cell from the ground up remake, and this is something that was unexpected. I don't think anybody anticipated the announcement of something like this today, but we are going to be reading from WCCF Tech, and they're saying that for years now, fans have been asking, begging, and demanding for a new Splinter Cell, and yet it seemed like it was never going to happen. Ubisoft had moved on to the open world format, and linear stealth games just weren't in their wheelhouse anymore. Well, surprise, today it was announced the original Splinter Cell is being remade by Ubisoft Toronto, developers of the last game in the series, that being Splinter Cell Blacklist. The Splinter Cell remake will be built with Massive Entertainment's Snowdrop engine, which also powers games like The Division 2 and the upcoming Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Perhaps most exciting, Ubisoft has confirmed that the remake will stick to the game's origins as a linear, hardcore stealth action game. No attempt will be made to turn it into an open world or live service title. The Splinter Cell remake is still very early in development, so not many details are being revealed, but producer Matt West outlined Ubisoft Toronto's approach to the project, and this is what he had to say. To me, a remake takes what you do in a remaster and goes a little bit further with it. The original Splinter Cell has a lot that was amazing and revolutionary at the time it came out 19 years ago. The gaming public now has an even more refined palette, so I think it kind of has to be a remake as opposed to a remaster. Although we're still in the very earliest stages of development, what we're trying to do is make sure the spirit of the early games remains intact, in all the ways that gave early Splinter Cell its identity. So as we're building it from the ground up, we're going to update it visually, as well as some of the design elements to match player comfort and expectations, and we are going to keep it linear like the original games, not make it open world. How do we make sure that new fans are able to pick up the controller and dive right in and fall in love with the game and the world right from the get-go? So this is pretty interesting to me. I have to say I'm not the biggest Splinter Cell fan, but I can't help but be pretty excited about this announcement. some people are going to be a little bit worried because with Ubisoft anymore, you just never know. And considering that this game is many years away, you have to imagine that, you know, it's going to be some time before we actually see this, let alone, you know, play it on our PlayStation 5s or Xbox consoles or wherever you're going to play it. But yeah, this is something that has been long awaited, and I'm going to be interested to hear from Splinter Cell fans what you think of this. If you're somebody who is really into the Splinter Cell games and you've been playing them over the years, how do you feel about this announcement? Are you nervous about it? Are they saying what you want to hear? To me, it sounds like they're definitely saying the right things, where they're not planning to go open world or make it a live service game or anything like that, but they do understand that the game is certainly dated and they are going to have to take some liberties and change some things and modernize some things. So yeah, all in all, it's going to be very interesting to see how this turns out. So definitely an exciting announcement, I'd say. But the final topic we're going to move on to here is something that I wasn't expecting to be talking about, but I feel like it's worth paying attention to here. We're talking about Bully 2. We have an interesting rumor circulating around Bully 2. This comes from well-respected insider Tom Henderson, and he says on Twitter, Bully 2 was expected as a potential surprise reveal at the Game Awards last week after some people have been shown some material alluding to a reveal soon. Information is a bit blurry at the moment, and I have to be quite vague here, but if I hear more, I will report on it. He continues by saying some people saw a, quote, playable version, unquote, just a couple of weeks prior to the Game Awards, not the canned version. Like I said, information is blurry at the moment, but I thought it was worth reporting on as there's something definitely going on to do with the series. So yeah, this kind of came out of nowhere, and I, as I said, wasn't expecting to be talking about Bully 2. So yeah, do you guys think that we will potentially be hearing about a Bully 2 in development at Rockstar Games? I'm gonna be honest, I just don't believe it. It's nothing against Tom Henderson, but just considering, you know, the way Rockstar operates these days, I just don't think we're gonna see or hear about another Bully title. I could be wrong, and you know, I would like to be wrong, but these days I feel like Rockstar is just way too predictable, and that's not a good thing in my opinion. And this would just be something that would, I think, shock everybody if it was true. But, you know, never say never. Tom Henderson is a, like I said, well-respected insider, so to him, there's definitely something going on here. So you guys can leave your thoughts about this and everything else we discussed down below. I'll be interested to see what you have to say. Again, leave the video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.